let's talk about game music that helps us cope with our anxiety. So like, I have my panic disorder. I know you have similar stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, let's kick it off. Like what music do you go to when you just feel like you're about to die?
Well, yeah. So I'll start off with an anecdote, which was a couple of weekends ago. My in-laws, moved to a new house, and it was me, my brother-in-law, my father-in-law. We're loading up all of their heaviest furniture onto my trailer. And this is like their couch, which the whole thing's a recliner. That thing's crazy heavy. They have like 4 or 5 just standalone recliners. And they just, for whatever reason, tend to have the bulkiest, heaviest entertainment center. Everything they own weighs a ton. So I was, on the tail end of kind of a whole health anxiety episode anyways.
Yeah.
And so when that happens to me, I end up with cardiophobia. I'm really scared to exercise too much or get my heart rate up too high, even though I know it's irrational. I've had my heart checked. It's healthy. And I'm supposed to really do a lot of exposure therapy.
Yeah.
Where I go to the gym, force myself to go, get my heart rate up on purpose, check it, and just realize that I'm not going to die. And that usually, is going to help.
Yeah.
So I was generally okay that morning until after we made the first load. And, we get everything or most of everything back into the house. Like those thoughts kind of start to raise up in the back of my head where it's like, how's your breathing? Can you breathe okay?
If I lift this too fast, am I going to get lightheaded or,
Right. Are you lightheaded? What's that pain in your left arm? And because I end up with muscle tension when I have that just kind of shoots down my shoulder.
Gosh, man.
And so then I started hyperventilating, and I told my wife, I said, hey, like I'm about to have a panic attack.
Yeah.
And she's like, they're fine. They'll unload a couple of things. Like, why don't you just go find a quiet spot, just kind of relax, do what you need to do. She said, nobody's going to be mad. So they have on their new house, they have a game room in the back, and it's an add-on to the house. So there's a lot of insulation. Like really, it's pretty soundproof.
Nice and quiet.
Nice and quiet. So I went back there and closed the door to the main part of the house and just kind of found me a spot, put my headphones in. I was like, okay, it's like I need to reset my breathing because I realized I was kind of hyperventilating. My hands are going numb.
Yeah.
And so I turned on, it was the like a nice piano version of To Xanarkand, which is one of my absolute favorite songs from Final Fantasy X. And then I have this graphic on my phone. It's kind of a looping GIF of a breathing square, and it has a dot that just moves slowly.
Yeah.
In a pattern. So you're supposed to inhale as it moves across here, hold it, exhale as it moves across the bottom, hold it.
So handy.
And so that was the first time that I'd really sat and like put music in, turned on the noise canceling in my headphones.
Okay.
And then I just sat there, I put my hands on the table, I straightened up my posture, and I just followed the breathing while I'm listening to Xanarkand. And so I think it's about, the version I was listening to is around 4 or 5 minutes long.
Ooh, nice.
And so I did it for the entire length of the song, and then I took the headphones out, and then I realized like I was breathing, my hands were no longer numb, like I had gotten a lot calmer, and then the rest of the day, totally fine.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the first times that I've ever
cooled off
fully, fully cooled off and like did a reset that way.
Yeah.
So that's definitely going into like my
awesome.
my coping skills.